Coaches Barry Streeter, who is beginning his 36th season at the helm of the Gettysburg Bullets.
Just in 2 words, it looks great. We're really excited about the 2014 season, and here are some reasons why. Our players have demonstrated excellent leadership throughout the whole second semester. I couldn't be prouder of how they matured as leaders, and led by Zach Miller, our quarterback. He's a 2-time captain for us. But the leadership, the holding each other accountable, has been really special to watch our players do this. Our spring drills went well. Our spring drills went great. We feel very comfortable. We feel very happy with how things went. Our incoming freshman class, we're really excited about. A lot of good players in there, and of course, just like all of us, all the other coaches in the conference, we'll find out if we were right as far as recruiting is concerned, but we're excited about our recruiting class. Our kicking game is solid with Robbie Fay, who was our punter and place kicker last year. He's back. He was second-team all-conference by a couple tenths of a yard or whatever it was as far as punting average is concerned. He's an athletic kicker that we feel very, very happy to have him with us. Our long snapper's back. Our kicking game is in good shape. We really got to look for a couple of return guys to return punts and kickoffs, but we have several guys to choose from, so we feel good. We have 8 starters back on defense. We have 9 starters back on offense, as you heard. And our players left campus this spring with a great attitude. So let me just tell you a couple things about our defensive kids and our defensive thoughts. We have 3 of our 4 defensive backs back from last year. Brian Calatozo at one of our corner spots had a great year last year, had 5 picks, and was basically the leader on our defense, or one of the solid leaders on our defense. Mike Cornegay is back at free safety. Gordon Prince is back at strong safety. Gordon's one of our captains for this year. We've got all those guys are not safe. Nobody on our team is safe. We've got great competition back there, and so if any of them are listening to this, I just reemphasize what I told you before you left. Our linebacker situation, we have two linebackers that played really well for us last year. Cody McNamara, who will be a junior, is one of our captains, and he's developed. He started as a freshman for us, has developed into a really, really excellent player. He moves well. He's an inside backer. And then we had a freshman that started for us, Chris Miller, who actually played high school football with Cody. And Chris made a lot of great plays as the season progressed last year, and we're going to play him at outside backers. We have 2 returners, but we have a lot of guys to choose from or to compete for another inside backer spot and another outside backer spot. Mike Piniella came through this spring as maybe the front runner for an inside backer position, but that has not been decided, as I mentioned earlier. And in our D-line, we return Captain Steve Pondo Voigt, who started several games last year for us, and he's back. He had a really good off season. We have several guys that are going to compete up front at defensive end. A.J. Hill and Drew Winters both started last year. They're back, and they're going to get plenty of push from Umar Tunkara, who we feel is going to be an excellent football player for us. He's a rising junior. So we have a lot to look forward to defensively, and we've made some changes in how we're going to approach our defense, and all of them are going to be positive. Our kids had a really good spring defensively. Offensively, we're really excited about what we have back. We have 9 starters back on offense, starting with our quarterback, Zach Miller, who had what I feel was an excellent start to his career on the field last year by throwing for close to 2,500 yards and 15 touchdowns, and more importantly was a great leader for us and understands what we're trying to do within our offense. But he's going to get some push from Sam McDermott, and we have 2 young freshmen coming in that we feel really strongly about as well. At tailback, we have both our tailbacks that alternated last year. They're both back, Kyle Wigley and Eddie Hutchins. I never called him Eddie. I didn't even realize that was his first name until I looked at it in the program. It's Hutch. But anyway, those two guys are really good football players, and they alternated basically last year. I think Kyle had a few more runs or a few more opportunities than Hutch did, but they're both good players. And we have all our tailbacks back, and then we have two freshman tailbacks coming in that we're pretty excited about as well. So we feel good about that. Our wings are our inside receiver type guys. They run the ball some. They do a lot of different things. That might be the deepest position on our offense. Freddie Caruso's back, and 2 years ago as a sophomore, Freddie got hurt in the Ursinus game actually, and ACL, and just last year was about it. Just didn't look like Freddie Caruso for the whole season, and he looks like Freddie Caruso now. I watched him all spring, and he's just running just like he did before, and we're really excited about that because he's a returning starter there. And we have two other guys in Travis Andrews and Kevin McCarthy, who both have started a number of games. We probably have 4 of those wings that have played enough that you could consider them starters. And then at wide receiver, we do lose a guy that scored a lot of touchdowns for us at Aiden Twir, but I'm really excited about our wideouts. Our wideouts had a great spring. And the two guys that stick out in my mind right now are Alec Pacelli, who played enough in the last couple of years that some of you may know who he is, but he and Zach played in high school together. And Alec has a lot of talent, and he really has started to mature as the season went on last year and also in the spring. And then a guy that really had a great spring was Jordan Kelso, who is going to be a sophomore, who we think is going to be outstanding. So we're excited. And we also took Danny Thompson moved him out of quarterback for this year and moved him to wide receiver because Danny's an excellent athlete with a lot of speed, and we wanted to give him a look, and he did it well. And so we feel good about our wide guys. At tight end, we have Freddie Pizzello back as a starter from last year. He's the kind of guy, he's not one of your typical tight ends that's a big stud that just blocks and that's all he does. He can get downfield well, and he catches the ball well, and that's important to us and what we're doing offensively. And then probably the most important thing, and I hate to say that, but we have 8 offensive linemen that have started at least 2 or 3 games that are back. We have guys. We can put 8 guys. We can't put 8 guys out. We got to put 5 out. I understand that part of the game, having been in the conference as long as I have. Anyway, but we have guys that can play there, and we're really excited about that. And Mike Reale, who is a really excellent football player, is our center, and he kind of is the leader of that group. So the best thing about the whole thing I would say to you before I ask if you have any questions, and that is that the leadership of this group is the best I might have had, that I might have ever had. And so we're excited about it.